Excited that we get to spend a little bit of time with our good friend, Mr. Andrew Lessman.
Yeah, I'm carrying beverages
Please,
here.
look, Andrew's brought with him a lifetime supply of drinks.
Muriel jokes that if she could never last a 2-hour show with as much tea as I drink during the shows. Yes.
But you love your tea.
Yes.
It keeps you hydrated.
Keeps me hydrated. And
focused.
And focused, yes. But actually, a little bit of green tea, which normally I don't have later in the day, but mostly it's, as we were talking about before the show, leaded or unleaded. Although my green tea has very little caffeine in it. I could drink the green tea in the evening, which I couldn't drink coffee in an evening and go to sleep. It would be, I'm one of those people who marvel at someone who could have a coffee or espresso at dinner. I'd be up till morning.
But do you ever have coffee now, or do you normally stick to the tea?
Coffee for me is and especially there's great research on coffee in terms, coffee is an extract of the coffee bean. So as long as you don't add bad things to it, the research on coffee is overall very, very positive coffee. Although in the state of California, with their crazy Prop 65 thing,
I heard.
Coffee, because of its acrylamide content, is supposedly going to be labeled a carcinogen with warning signs about cancer, which is ridiculous. That Prop 65 in California has morphed into something other than it was originally intended to be, but we digress here. So I have a list of all sorts of questions here as well.
Current affairs, hot topics, everything we're going to be talking about tonight. And Andrew, as you said, we're locked and loaded with so many questions.
Yeah, and the reason why, that's why I wanted to start with Essential One, because one of the most common questions I'm asked is, where do I start?
Right.
What's the first of your products that I would start with that gives a good sense of your product line, that gives a good sense of what makes your products different, that is from a nutritional standpoint the best place to start? And a multivitamin, multimineral, they're the essential nutrients that define a healthy diet. That's where you start. And it's a single capsule. Like all our products, it's 100% pure, additive-free. No other products have that can even say that. It contains our unique forms of B12, vitamin D. It's like a separate formula. So for most people, at 2,000 IU vitamin D, it's the perfect start to vitamin D. It's multiples of what you'll get in a standard formula, but it's actually where you need to start in terms of health and getting healthy vitamin D levels. And also and we'll talk about this a few times, I'm often asked, when should I take mine? What is the best time of day to take Essential One? When's the best time of day to take CoQ10? When is the best time of day to take omega-3s? And the answer is the time of day that works best for you, because you want to take most of these products with food. Most companies say that because their products would be too upsetting to your stomach otherwise. Our products are designed to be neutral to your stomach, so that's not the reason. The reason why is back to what I said. What defines a healthy diet? Vitamins and minerals. When are those vitamins and minerals best absorbed? When they're part of that healthy diet. So what you want to do is introduce your Essential Ones, vitamins and minerals, with a healthy meal. So it's coming with the macronutrients that stimulate and create the best environment for the absorption of those vitamins and minerals. So whether it's my vitamin or anyone else's, you want to take that multivitamin, you want to take those omega-3s, you want to take them with food. You want to take your CoQ10 with food. That's when it's going to be best absorbed. So it's not with ours a question of making them more mild, because ours are already mild. It's just a question of getting the maximum value, as they say, the bang for your buck. You want to get the nutrients delivered, you want to get them absorbed, and that means it's best to take them with food. So whether it's breakfast or lunch or dinner, you could take Essential One with dinner, no problem. You could take it, if you wanted, with an evening snack, no problem. I generally take my vitamins, I split them between breakfast and lunch, and that works best for me. If I forget or if something's going on, I'll do dinner. So it's something that, the one product I was joking before with Adam, that there's one time of day to take. I don't think we're talking about it during the show. It's our nighttime product.
Right.
You take that before you go to sleep. So obviously, you don't want to take that during the day. Things like Cholesticare or Choco Nuvo, Ultimate Oatmeal, we'll talk about those later, that are involved in cholesterol reduction. You take them with food because they block cholesterol absorption and the reabsorption of bile. So each one, it's common sense, but again, with my products, you take them at the time that works best for you. When is the best time to eat a healthy meal? At the time that's best for you. And these are dietary supplements, they're not drugs or medicines. So you take them with a meal at the best time that works for you.
We're going to go through many different topics tonight and wonderful products, some of which I've never had the chance to present with Andrew. I do want to say to anybody that wants a start, a beginning, an introduction to Andrew's line, Essential One is a way to go. I think a lot of us at home can relate to a multivitamin. I will tell you, I was horrified when Andrew revealed to me the comparisons between Centrum One A Day and the other big brands. It's scary.
No, it's, as I have often said, when people ask me about taking those, I say they're better than taking nothing. But when you look at the levels that you get, when you look at the artificial colors that are still in those products, you could watch a video of me on QVC in 1991, where I'm going through the list of artificial colors in those vitamins.
Right.
And I say eventually they won't have them anymore. They're obviously going to go away because artificial colors, with our changing perspective about health, artificial colors have no place in a multivitamin. Here we are, almost 40 years later. What is that, 30 years later? 30 years later, 40 years later.
Don't hate yourself too much.
And they still contain artificial colors.
Wow.
So our Essential One is truly unique from its purity, from the form of nutrients it contains. It's designed to deliver the vitamins and minerals you want at the levels you require, to do it affordably, economically, so it's value for value, much less expensive than even those $10, $12 bottles of the leading brand. When you look at what you're getting in a year's supply here, a separate B12, a separate vitamin D, and that also begs another question that I'll get into, which we have redesigned our products in terms of the B vitamins and B12, because a lot of products, if it's the only one you're taking, you still need the B vitamins in there. So what we've done in our CoQ with our multivitamins, we've lowered the respective levels of B complex and B12 because we've validated their efficacy at lower levels. And in so doing, even if, like me, you take our Essential One and you take CoQ10 and you take other products that might contain B vitamins, you're not getting levels that are too high. With vitamin D, you could choose, say that our Essential One is 2,000 IU we're talking about here today. If you wanted to have 4,000 IU vitamin D daily, as I do, then you just make sure that your separate vitamin D or your CoQ with vitamin D is at 2,000 IU. Simple math to do. So it's very easy to look at the key nutrients. We design our products to never deliver too much of the nutrients you're seeking.
It's a wonderful, wonderful way to begin that regimen. We had a lot of questions about where to start, and this certainly is going to be great for you. One of the things that we won't talk a lot about tonight is pricing. Everything we're going to do is still special pricing. And Andrew, this is kind of the end of your big 2-week visit, isn't it, tonight?
Well, what we do is we tend to do 6 hours on one Sunday and then 6 hours on the following Sunday. We used to do 25 hours in a visit, and we used to do that. We used to do that every month.
I think that was before my time.
If you went back over 20 years, that was it. We were doing 250, 300 hours a year.
Wow.
Now we're on about 60 hours a year, so we do our 6 hours and our 6 hours. And this week, you were kind enough to share the Monday night shows with us. So this is our opportunity to sort of answer questions and really go into sort of the general information about using my product so everyone benefits from them and understands. My goal is everyone understands what they're doing, so it's not just blindly benefiting from our product, but actually using them in the best fashion possible.
I find, and when you first introduced me to the calcium magnesium product that you offer, I found it fascinating when you were talking about calcium, not so easy to absorb in the body, and a lot of us are taking those rock-hard tablets still.
Not so easy to absorb, and in my mind, we don't need to be taking the extremely high levels that have been recommended in the past.
Right.
Again, sounds contrary to someone who makes vitamins to tell you that you should be using or taking less, which is one of the reasons why we make sure that if you're getting calcium, we want it to be sort of an independent, affirmative decision. Of course, our calcium magnesium intensive care will not upset your stomach. It's easy to swallow. It's not swallowing a rock. It's swallowing a capsule with an ultrafine powder that delivers the calcium you need, but it's designed to be efficient. It's designed to not require the levels of 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 milligrams of calcium or magnesium. What I always say when it comes to calcium magnesium, the key is really getting as much as you need, but not too much. Whereas I think in the past, people were erring, oh, it's just calcium, magnesium, the more the merrier. It's inexpensive, let's just take a whole bunch of it. Right. With calcium, magnesium, you want to make sure you have adequate vitamin D levels to ensure adequate absorption. And then vitamin K2, MK7, we'll talk about that a little later. That was our Today Special last weekend. But vitamin K2, MK7 is the key to healthy calcium utilization. And what vitamin K2, MK7 does, in my mind, it allows you to get away with less calcium because it keeps the calcium where it's supposed to be, prevents it from going where it shouldn't go, so you get maximum value from the calcium that's already in your body and maximum value from the calcium that's in your diet or that you supplement. So again, with our calcium, it's designed to be more targeted. It's designed to deliver what you need at lower levels, highly bioavailable, so you get the benefit without having to take a handful of capsules or a bunch of big, the big horse pills that are typical of calcium.
And for so many of us, that's what we're doing, and we're not thinking a second thought about it. But the evidence and the facts are, if you're taking those rock-hard tablets, as Andrew shares with us, it's nowhere near as good or as effective as when it's like Andrew delivers it. But Andrew, again, the companies have not evolved.
Well, I think if you look at most of the products, many of them don't look very different from when I was a child, which is fascinating. But say for our calcium product, the simple and most straightforward thing about our calcium product, it's just an ultrafine powder in a small capsule. Right. So that powder dissolves instantly, because the only thing you can expect from consuming a large tablet, that basically calcium in a tablet is nothing more than a rock. If you swallow a rock, you can more or less expect that it's not going to be pleasant for your stomach, and you usually get what you expect. So with our calcium magnesium intensive care, it's designed to be ultra soluble, delivers what you need without you having to take, again, a handful of capsules. So it's easier to be more intelligent about supplementation if you just make a small effort to inform yourself, which is what I try to do here. And what we can do online. We could do all sorts of research online. And our Monday night show, it's what I'm really trying to do, because I have thousands of questions that have been asked. We see them all the time. To use these 2 hours here to answer the bulk of the questions. Because as I said before, one of the most common questions is, when do I take this? When do I take that? Can I take this but not take that at the same time? All of my products you could take at the same time. If there were an issue, we would tell you. These are not drugs. These are not medicines. These are exactly what the word says, dietary supplement. Yeah. What does supplement mean? Supplement is something that we add to something else. What is our diet? It is what we eat. These are ingredients that are present in our diet, but not in sufficient supply, so we choose to supplement them. So this is a dietary supplement of calcium magnesium, because most of us don't eat adequate dairy, don't get adequate calcium magnesium. We've also been convinced we need to take enormous amounts in terms of supplements, which we do not. So this is just a dietary supplement. What was Essential One? It was a dietary supplement of vitamins and minerals and carotenoids. So each product is very straightforward. You could take it with food whenever the meal works for you. They don't have special times. It doesn't make my products less sophisticated than the others. If anything, it makes them more sophisticated and more honest. You can take them whenever it works best for you.
We're going to head over and talk about vitamin D3. And as we do, Andrew, one of the questions that I've been asked in the past is this idea of the expiration date. If we get to the expiration date on the product, does that mean it's got to be thrown away?
That's another question I've been asked countless times. With our products, the only thing that expiration date means is that's a time at which the potency could potentially begin to decline below the label potency. Okay. So meaning if we had a 2,000 IU vitamin D3, and at 3 years, say you notice, wow, it's been in my cabinet for 4 years. It expired a year ago. If I take this, am I going to be taking any risks? Absolutely, positively, no risks at all. The only thing that might mean is that 2,000 IU vitamin D3 capsule in a year past its expiration might be 1,750 or 1,800 IU. It might have lost a bit of potency. It is not dangerous, it is not toxic, and none of those issues at all. These are not products that are going to be growing bacteria or fungus, or somehow their ingredients become poisonous to you or toxic. Not an issue at all. So again, that expiration date is just instructive in terms of potency, and if nothing else, it informs you that our products, when you receive them, they're years away from their expiration date, although some of our products have shorter expiration dates, like Friendly Flora has an expiration date of just over a year, and we do that intentionally, but it just shows you when you get that product, they've all been freshly manufactured. We make all of our products, all our Today Specials, all of our visits, basically, everything is made within weeks of that visit, everything.
So I hope that answers the question, but again, a real good one. Now,
Yes.
Andrew, if I could ask you to elaborate on what it says on the screen. On everybody's TV screens at home, it says, the most important and the most affordable vitamin to consume. Why?
I always thought it was important to emphasize this about vitamin D. Sometimes if things are really inexpensive, we think they're not really important. We associate cost with benefit. Back in the day when CoQ10 was the most expensive nutrient I made, it was easy for people to understand how important it was. Now I almost have to make an excuse for the fact that our CoQ10 is 90% less expensive than it was when I introduced it. That notwithstanding the price reduction, it's still just as important as it was. Vitamin D, as important as vitamin C is, as important as vitamin E, as important as B12, and those are sort of the three top vitamins in terms of people supplementing them separately. As far as I'm concerned, vitamin D is even more important. That's why our multivitamin, we start with 1,000 or 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 in our Essential One, your choice, because you don't want to be any lower than that. As I said before, I take about 4,000 IU per day, and that gets me to the level I need to be. And we should all have a blood test and know what our vitamin D levels are. I prefer vitamin D levels that are above 50 and preferably between 60 and 80. That would be ideal. 50, 60, anywhere in there, that's an excellent vitamin D level. That's generally going to require about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 IU per day. If you're overweight, it requires more. And so with the graphic on the screen, it's just, despite how inexpensive vitamin D is, you could get that 2,000 IU capsule for pennies a day, it is still, if someone said to me, you're going to go through life and which vitamin wouldn't you want to be sub-threshold? Which vitamin would be most troubling to you based upon the science and research to be a bit lower than its healthy levels? And I would say vitamin D. Wow. That as healthy as vitamin C is, as important as vitamin E is, as important as vitamin B12 is to energy production, I would still, vitamin D is that vitamin. That's the research and the science has been rolling, and it's been sort of like a tsunami coming in for the last 15, 20 years. But mind you, it's a vitamin that I saw the research in epidemiologic studies, which I talked about how I love large population studies. More than laboratory studies, I like large population studies that talked almost 40 years ago of the importance of vitamin D in large populations. So since 1979, since I made my first multivitamin, I've been putting higher levels of vitamin D. Every multivitamin we've made has always had at least 1,000 IU of vitamin D3 in it. And most multivitamins had 200 or 400 for the better part of the last 35 years. Now some have bumped them up to 1,000. But it's something I've always recognized based on the science, because as I say, the science is what drives our formulas, not economics, not the way everybody else does it, but the science that ensures that you're getting the best benefits.
I know the pricing that you see on the screen, supremely affordable, not forgetting as well, as we head over to our next one, that while Andrew is here, we have that free shipping and handling.
And sorry if we're going through tons of products here. What we're just trying to do is, each product sort of serves as a reminder of questions that are asked. And Cholesterol here, there's a tremendous amount of confusion when it comes to cholesterol.
Right.
And certainly cholesterol, as our levels get higher, certainly our LDL gets higher, and all of us should also, I talk about a vitamin D test, it would be great to have a more sophisticated cardiovascular risk profile performed, where you're looking at different levels, you're looking, say, at particle size of your lipoproteins and things like that. You're looking at indices of inflammation. Very important to look at those sorts of things. There's a number of different providers that your doctor would know that would be very simple and straightforward to have the additional testing done, and it's covered by insurance and things like that. But when it comes to cholesterol, cholesterol still has to take a back seat to managing our blood sugar, to managing our blood pressure, to managing our body weight. in terms of cardiovascular risk. But as our LDL gets higher, and really our LDL gets higher, our HDL gets lower, as the ratios become less favorable, our risk for heart disease increases. A lot of folks take statin drugs, cholesterol-lowering drugs. They're, I think, among the most popular drugs in the world. Tens of billions of dollars a year sold. I think more business is done in cholesterol-lowering drugs than the entire vitamin industry. So they're pretty popular. They're amazingly popular drugs. They're incredibly effective. They come with a long list of side effects. If you could limit their use, that would be great, and still achieve the goals of your physician, that would be great. One of the best things, Cholesterol, that is recognized by the Food and Drug Administration to lower total and LDL cholesterol, are plant sterols. You take a capsule of this with each meal, you can expect a double-digit reduction in total and LDL cholesterol. Take 2 capsules, say, with a very large meal, but it's very simple, very affordable. It's an opportunity to significantly lower your total and LDL cholesterol. Statin drugs, if you're taking them, you need to take coenzyme Q10 because statin drugs lower cholesterol by acting as an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor. It's a metabolic, it's an enzyme, it's a metabolic pathway in the liver that synthesizes cholesterol, but it also synthesizes CoQ10. So when you take those cholesterol-lowering drugs, you're limiting the production of the most important, arguably the most important energy-producing molecule in your body. So that's at the top of the list of why there are all sorts of side effects associated with using statin drugs. Some great hints with statin drugs. If you use one with a longer half-life, like Crestor, which is like rosuvastatin, even Lipitor, if you use the longer half-life statin drugs, you could take them every other day, same dosage every other day, and pretty much be assured that you're not going to see a change in your cholesterol number, meaning you just save money and also reduce the side effects and see about the same cholesterol reduction. There's all sorts of research. Your doctor can go to the National Research Database and see that science. I'm sure your doctor's familiar with it. In most cases, you can have your dose, go every other day, and you will not see a significant increase in your total and LDL cholesterol. So there's all sorts of great things that can be done. That's not something the cholesterol-lowering drug manufacturing companies promote, but there's ways to utilize these drugs, even Zetia, which is another cholesterol-lowering drug that works by a different mechanism. The standard dose is 10 milligrams. 5 milligrams works just as well. In fact, I think all the VA hospitals, I think they announced to all their doctors that you prescribe 5, not 10. Reduces the cost in half, you get the same efficacy. So not that I profess to be prescribing drugs up here, it's not what I do, but to the extent you have to take them, this is a conversation to have with your doctor that could reduce your side effects, result in the same reductions in cholesterol. And by adding Cholesterol, all you do is ensure you'll get a better result, or you can reduce the amount of the medication you're taking to achieve the same result. And again, it's approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration because it works, and it works without side effect. And like all the products we've spoken about thus far, it's incredibly positively reviewed, meaning that people see the numbers. They see the difference in the numbers.
And that is so key because it validates everything that's been said. We take a lot for granted with regards, so many of you are Andrew's customers and fans for many, many years, but there's a lot of people out there that suffer with high cholesterol and they are looking for a natural tool to help fight it.
Some folks can't take statin drugs at all. So this becomes an alternative, increasing your fiber intake. If you take the Fibermucil along with Cholesterol, it simply works better. But again, there are all sorts of ways that the cholesterol-lowering drugs, there's great research on statin-intolerant patients on how your doctor can help you utilize them. It doesn't sound like me to tell someone how to use drugs, but there are ways to use those medications better to achieve the results you seek, because if your cholesterol numbers are unusually high, you definitely want to do your best to get them down. This is a great natural tool. Our Choco Nuvo, we'll talk about later, contains the same ingredients, so a square of chocolate at every meal can lower your cholesterol 10, 15, 20% or more.
We're going to head over to talk about something that Andrew's referred to a couple times, CoQ10. Andrew, yours is not like others. Is that a fair statement?
Well, what's made our CoQ10 unique over the years has been originally the fact that it was 100% natural, its purity, and again, we started with CoQ10 back in 1984. CoQ10 is a relatively new ingredient to most companies. I'd say by new ingredient, I'd say the last 10 or 15 years. For me, it's an ingredient, how long ago was 1984? I guess that's 34 years. So we've been doing CoQ10 since 1984. And the one thing we learned about CoQ10, that even the best CoQ10 in the world, which is what we've always focused on, but even the best CoQ10 in the world, you need to make sure, it's like I said this the other day, that no matter how important you are at your job, or no matter how important you might be in your family, you can't be doing everything alone, that we all require the help of others. So no matter how much I can justify scientifically or biochemically why CoQ10 is the most central molecule we could ever contemplate supplementing to help us in terms of our energy metabolism, to help us in terms of our energy level, to help us in terms of optimum functioning of our key organs, because our key organs are all about the efficiency of the energy they have available to them. But no matter how much I could argue that that ingredient is CoQ10, it would be naive and sort of foolish of me to just provide CoQ10, because CoQ10 has other ingredients that are absolutely essential to its role in our body. And that's what we've done that's unique, is we make a product that's designed to ensure that CoQ10 performs at its optimum, maximum level. And if you read the reviews, our CoQ10 has over 95% positive reviews, I think about 85% five-star reviews. It truly is the most unique CoQ10 in the world, simply because it works better.
And if you are taking a CoQ10 product right now, maybe you went to the big box store and got a whole load of it, all we would ask you to do is compare Andrew's CoQ10 to that one, and I think you'll find a huge difference. We're going to go to the phones and say good evening and welcome to the Monday Night Show. Robin in Massachusetts, you're live with Adam and Andrew. Robin, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you. Thanks to you.
You're welcome.
So I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
And first of all, I have to say that I love, love, love your products, and I could not live without them.
Thanks.
So please never, never, never stop making them.
I will not.
The very first thing I ever tried was your original marine collagen peptides.
Right.
That was about 9 years ago.
Right.
And I had no problem with the marine collagen, the original formula.
It's a little bit fishy, but some people do.
I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. The results were overnight. I had a tall glass of it with cold water before I went to bed. When I woke up the next morning, my skin looked radiant, and I couldn't believe I was hooked then. So anyway, I take
great.
a lot of your different products. My question is,
Sure.
if I'm taking the essential vitamins, the multivitamin,
Right.
do I still need to take an extra vitamin D and an extra calcium, magnesium too, or is the essential going to be enough for me? I do have a healthy diet. I eat very healthy, a lot of salmon and greens, so I'm just wondering, do I still need those extra things separately?
A great question. A great question. What I would say is, with the vitamin D, depending on which essential one you're taking, we have a 1,000 IU or a 2,000 IU. Typically, what I say, the minimum levels of essential one to take daily are 1,000 or 2,000 IU. That's higher than the typical multivitamin provides. To achieve the best levels in terms of blood levels, I suspect you're going to find that the proper level for you is going to be between 3,000 and 4,000 IU. So I would likely recommend, if you chose to, taking a little bit more vitamin D, because that will deliver you to that appropriate level. In terms of calcium and magnesium, unless, if you have a diet, if you eat dairy, if you have a diet that delivers adequate amounts of calcium, magnesium, I'm not the strongest advocate, absent some reason to do so, to supplement calcium and magnesium separately. So many doctors have recommended it, and that's why I make a calcium magnesium supplement. But if we have a diet that delivers calcium magnesium, then there's no real reason to supplement it separately. What I do recommend is vitamin K2. Because whether we get calcium by our diet, or whether we simply get calcium by supplement, or whether it's simply in our skeleton, we need to manage the calcium that's in our body to make sure it stays in our bones and it's not delivered in other tissues to calcify other tissues like our arteries and things. As far as the marine collagen, which you mentioned a moment ago, that's going to be our today's special with Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails in July. So,
okay. I'll wait for it.
So it'll be our today's special then. But to answer your question, question. I think if you're a doctor, if you did a blood test at your doctor's office, if you're taking 1,000 or 2,000 IU vitamin D, you're probably going to find your level is around 30 or 35. Again, I prefer a level a little over 50, and that will require probably vitamin D supplementation more between 3,000 and 5,000 IU daily. Fortunately, vitamin D is incredibly affordable. So, and we also have a special vitamin D that's 3,000 IU as well, which might suffice. So you could always reorder that formula. We don't speak about that on air, but it's available at hsn.com.
Thank you.
So,
I do have one more question.
Sure.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever make children's vitamins? Because I worry about my 3- and 5-year-old granddaughters who are very picky eaters.
You anticipated another question we'll be talking about, but both children's vitamins and pet vitamins will be coming. I don't want to make tablets because tablets require all sorts of additives. But what we will be doing is we'll be making little packets, like little sugar packets, that in terms of pet vitamins will have a little bit of, say, a chicken or beef flavor added to it so our pets enjoy them. For children's vitamins, we won't be adding chicken or beef flavor. We'll simply be having a nice fruit flavor with a natural sweetener without having any, without sugar, without calories, without any kind of artificial sweetener. But those are coming. I'm hoping they're going to be coming in the next 6 to 9 months. So yes, both children's vitamins and pet vitamins will be coming. Both.
Thank you, Robin, so much.
Thanks, Robin.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thanks.
We're going to head over this way. If you would like to speak to Andrew live, it is 1-866-376-8255. Andrew, I think Robin speaks for a lot of people with the pet and the children's vitamins. I really do.
And what I also wanted to say, before I forgot, I meant to say it before, all of our products go back to the HSN price between visits.
Yes.
And I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that we extended the special pricing from this weekend. We extended it to until midnight, I think, tonight. So anything and everything that we make, because there was even a request on breast health, that it's different products that we make that we don't talk about on TV very often, but all of the products are on their weekend special pricing.
And so just to reiterate and to be really clear, we'll get through as much as we can in this show, but if you were considering buying anything from Andrew's line, that pricing is only now good until tonight. So they extended it for this extra 24 hours. So if you maybe were going to buy CoQ10, or you were going to buy Ultimate Women's Wellness or some marine collagen, anything that was on your hit list to get, you can order it right now and be guaranteed of that free shipping and handling and, of course, the best pricing. For those asking about Choco Nuvo, we have the final presentation until October coming up in our next hour. That will be your last chance to be able to get Choco Nuvo for this year. You can pre-order it if you'd like. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Andrew's Omega product, a legendary product in the line, there's no doubt.
Well, we just did a Today Special for this a week ago, but I just wanted to mention it because it's an important constituent of our product line, and a lot of folks might have missed it. It's probably one of the, as you said, sort of legendary products in that Omegas have gotten a really bad rap over the years, a really bad reputation because they're unpleasant, they're hard to swallow, huge capsules, they have an unpleasant aftertaste, they can make you nauseous, they make some people vomit, they just a long list of fishy aftertaste, long list of unpleasant problems, all of which we have entirely eliminated. So our Omega-3 delivers all of the benefits you seek from an omega-3 product, but does it in a small capsule that's ultra concentrated, that will not cause any stomach upset. It has no fishy aftertaste at all. Even if you open the capsule, you're not going to notice a fishy taste or a fishy aroma because it's been entirely neutralized. So it's a very unique product. It's part of the question when people ask, when should I take my vitamins?
Right.
You take this with a meal. You could even take it on an empty stomach. It will still be well absorbed and it will not cause an upset stomach. But again, ideally you take your fats with a meal because that's when all of the digestive processes are stimulated to absorb those fats best. And our goal, of course, is to absorb the contents of a nutritional supplement. So best to take it with a meal. This is also a great combination with CoQ10 because CoQ10's absorption is enhanced in the presence of fat, which is another reason why we always want to take CoQ10 with a meal, because every meal contains traces of fats, even if you're on a fat-free diet, which is not a good idea because I'm someone who is a big fan of fat in our diet, but healthy fat. I'm not a big fan of sugar and carbohydrate necessarily, especially processed foods, because even I was just reading some research today where almost all of the maladies of our society if you look at folks who eat a more heavily processed diet, we think, okay, a more heavily processed diet, they're going to have an increased risk of heart disease and things like that, increased risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes. Of course, that's the case. But even things like depression. Those of us who eat a more heavily processed diet, we have an increased risk of depression. So it's really in our best interest to eat more fruits, more vegetables, more healthy sources of protein, and not be afraid of healthy fats because, again, our brain is by weight 2/3 fat. And the most predominant fat in our brain is the most predominant fat in our omega-3. It's not the most predominant fat in the typical omega-3, but it is in ours. So we can't be afraid of fat because being afraid of fat means that the most important ingredient, as we talked about in terms of our eyes, in terms of our brain, it's the omega-3 fatty acid, DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, which is the predominant ingredient in this product.
And Andrew's words there are very powerful, and it is hard to hear because there are some of us who have tried an omega product and we don't like it, we don't like the taste, we don't like how it repeats on us. But then when Andrew says that what's in his product is different to what typically we're used to taking, that is a hard pill, no pun intended, to swallow. The reality is, and I know this gives Andrew the most amount of joy, is literally to be stood here imparting this information to you. It's valuable stuff.
No, I mean, I hadn't taken my omega-3 today. I just grabbed a capsule.
I wonder, I saw.
And it's not something that I'd even give a second thought. When I first tested this product to make sure that it didn't repeat, because I'm someone who a standard omega-3 product, it would not be pretty. And that's one of those things that I'm sort of the guinea pig for our products, because if a supplement is going to be difficult to swallow or difficult on a stomach, I'll be the first person to be a witness to it. But I could take a handful of this on an empty stomach and I won't even remember I did.
Right.
Because typically the way I remembered I took my vitamins before I started making vitamins is I just thought how my stomach felt. Because after I got done taking vitamin tablets before I started making the capsules that you see here, invariably it upset my stomach. I had to plan my vitamins around my workout because I didn't want it to interfere with my workout. Our vitamins are designed to be gentle. Every product is designed to be gentle, not to those of us or most of us, but to even those of us with the most sensitive stomachs. They're designed to be mild, gentle, so everyone can take advantage and benefit.
If you'd like to order yours, please feel good about people that have come before you and given this nearly 3,000 reviews, which is just a humongous number. We're going to head over this way. And
I suspect if we added up the reviews just in the couple of dozen products in this hour, we're probably somewhere around 25,000 reviews. And I would also imagine that about 85% of them are 5-star reviews, and over 90% are positive.
Which, I mean, you know, we at HSN are always excited to see any reviews, but most products typically have 5 to 10 reviews. Andrew's has thousands upon thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. Yes. 100,000 probably a film of a lifetime.
We're getting close to 100,000 reviews, I suspect.
Gosh.
So, but the most exciting part is the fact that those reviews are an opportunity for you to get an opinion other than ours. Yeah. Certainly you go online and do research, but how beneficial is it to get insights? I love if Muriel and I are going to the movies, if we're going to read a book, if we're going to go to a new restaurant, we love to read reviews. And you want to see like a few dozen reviews to make sure that you get a good sampling. How exciting is it for you to know that, say on a product like this, vitamin K2 MK7, a relatively new product, I suspect there's already a couple hundred reviews on this product. Right. And this product has really not been featured all that much. It was just a Today Special last weekend, but it's one of the most important products. In fact, one of the most common questions I've been asked, if you're taking blood thinners, because vitamin K1 is the vitamin that directly relates to blood clotting. Vitamin K2 is not related to blood clotting. This product has 100 milligrams of vitamin K2, has a small amount of vitamin K1, only 50 micrograms. Show it to your doctor. It should not be problematic at all in terms of if you're on a clotting drug like Coumadin or warfarin. The new class of clotting drugs, you don't have to be concerned about vitamin K, which a lot of people are being switched to the new classes of clotting drugs. I think there's 4 of them out there now. So it's something that vitamin K is unfortunately related to the vitamin K1 in terms of name, but it shouldn't be because its function is entirely different. In fact, I'm actually thinking in the future of redoing all of our K2 formulas. We have a 50, a 100, and a 200. This is the 100. This is what I take. I'm thinking of removing the little bit of K1. It's just a tiny bit of K1 that's in them. I'm thinking of removing it just so it doesn't even have to be a thought or a consideration in terms of the issue of how it might interact with a clotting medication.
We got some questions as well, Andrew, regarding taking different vitamins and them having a cancelling out effect on other ones. How do we respond to that?
Yeah, I'm not aware of any product I make that cancels out another product at all. There are a lot of sort of, I'm not sure if I'd call them old wives' tales or things like that, that certain vitamins have an adverse impact on other vitamins or will interfere with their absorption, that if you take calcium, magnesium in the presence of our fiber, if you take our omega-3s in presence of our fiber mucil, it will interfere with its absorption. There is no science that I'm aware of that would validate or support that at all. And if anything, a fiber-rich diet is not associated with reduced nutrient intake. And if it was, I would still eat a fiber-rich diet, because a fiber-rich diet is one of the most important things we could do. We're not talking about fiber right now, but it's one of the most important things we could do in terms of our colon health, in terms of our overall health, because a more fiber-rich diet is a diet that's associated with lower levels of cholesterol, associated with all sorts of reduced risks of other health issues. So fiber is an important part of a healthy diet. It's not a typical part of a processed food diet the way we eat in America, not a typical part of a diet that's rich in animal product, because there's no fiber in animal products. But before we run along on vitamin K2, MK7, I spoke about it a bunch last weekend, but whether you supplement calcium, whether you get your calcium from your diet, or whether you're just getting along with the calcium that's already in your bones, vitamin K2, MK7 is just like vitamin D. I have been saying this since we introduced K2, MK7. It's probably the most underestimated of vitamins in terms of its overall importance to our long-term health. And because managing calcium, keeping it in our bones, that's all about, over the course of our lifetime, avoiding osteoporosis, osteopenia, having a strong, healthy skeleton. So it's great to keep it in our bones. Also, keeping it out of arterial tissues and other tissues, avoiding that calcification, is also part of reducing, over the course of our lifetime, our risk of heart disease. So we want to manage our calcium effectively. The latest research on vitamin K2, MK7 says it's an integral part of how our body manages calcium, keeps it where it's supposed to be, avoids it going to where it shouldn't go.
It's available again, special pricing only until midnight. We're going to head over this way. If you're still thinking about what maybe you could be adding to your daily routine, if my mom was here, she would be absolutely happy to talk your ear off about circulation and vein support. Every time my mom visits from England, she takes back with her some circumvein support. For many of you, I know there would be
she's smuggling it back to the UK.
Don't tell anybody, Andrew, please. For anybody that takes this, you know that you would riot if Andrew ever stopped making it. Andrew, this gets bandied around a lot, but a life-changing product for so many.
It truly is. Well, and I can't take credit for it. The credit really goes to the other side of the ocean. The original folks who developed this product were some clinical researchers, some physicians in France. That go back now about 75 or 80 years. And this was a very popular ingredient, the key ingredient, diosmin, in this product, going back into Europe. And it's something that I was aware of in Europe, but it was not available here. In Europe, it's actually prescribed as a medication. It's a natural ingredient. Here, of course, we don't make medical claims or anything like that for it. It's a natural ingredient that delivers the benefits in terms of healthy circulation, supporting healthy circulation in our legs, and a difference you can see, a difference you can feel. It's a product, you don't see this ingredient, unfortunately, in supermarkets or discount stores. You really don't see it anywhere. You can maybe find diosmin on the internet, but I wonder if it's really from a reliable source or not. What's sort of amusing, we've gotten a few callers who remind me, there's another small shopping channel that apparently someone was on there doing a circulation product. And I'm just speaking to this, not out of any respect to the person who was talking very disrespectful about this product and me, But just so, not to worry, you don't have to come to my defense, I'm fine, that the only reason that product exists on that other network is they were copying mine. So that's the only reason that product exists. They were just copying it. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that doctor had never heard of this ingredient probably ever before. But regardless, if he's copied my product, what do they say? That's the imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So he should have stopped there instead of disparaging me or disparaging our product. But I think this product, I don't think their product has a single review. This product has several thousand. So I think your voices speak very loudly. The fact that we were responsible for bringing this ingredient to the United States over 20 years ago after finding it in Europe and going through all the steps of bringing this natural ingredient here, I think that speaks for itself. So don't worry. I appreciate that everyone was coming to my defense, but I just kind of smiled when I heard that, and I appreciate that. But we know the quality of our product, and it's designed specifically so it could be a daily use product, and you could take it and derive the benefits and not have any worries or risks.
A profound difference and a profound
life-changing
impact.
product.
I mean, I wrote down here, because review after review after review, feet, ankles, calves, swelling, appearance of blood vessels. This is a daily occurrence that somebody is going online and writing a review, adding towards these, 2,000 reviews so far.
And we only have a few hundred bottles of this left, by the way. I just noticed we've gone through so many bottles this weekend. That's only a few hundred bottles left. But it is a product that just basically, if your legs, feet, ankles, calves don't feel or look the same as they did 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago, if at the end of the day you can't wait to elevate them, if they're tingling, if they just have that restless feeling, like if I go for a long bike ride, that's what I used to feel at the end of the day, which this has eliminated. For all of us, it's our own individual experience, but this is a product that can make a profound difference. The clinical science is abundantly strong, and as strong as the clinical science is on diosmin, the science on butcher's broom extract, which we added to the product a couple of years ago, would make it almost an equivalent standalone product. Instead, we deliver both together to make this really an unparalleled product that there's no product like it anywhere in the world. And you look at the quality of the reviews on this product, how unanimously positive they are, and I think you'd want to give it a try.
It's effective, and I mean, naturally a lot of us are very skeptical of things that we see, especially on television. The reality, and Andrew, you know that.
No, I mean, I feel as though, and that's why I love the reviews, and I love taking the quotes from the science during my shows, because I feel that as much as I can say something with conviction, you shouldn't have to take my word for it. So I love the fact that the reviews are there. I love the fact that on this product we have at least 100 quotes from clinical studies and research studies talking about the benefits and the efficacy, what was observed using the ingredients here. So it's something that for me, it's always a patient process. I try not to go on air and really ever, quote, sell something. That my goal is to simply inform and educate. And when you feel as though you know enough or you've learned enough, then that's up to you if you want to try a product. And of course, the one thing we always do here, ever since I first set foot on QVC, what it was almost 30 years ago, I've always insisted that you love the product or you send it back for a complete refund.
Right.
And when I first got on air, both at QVC and HSN, both networks were worried that as much as I talk about the refund, and if you don't love it, send it back, that we'd be getting huge amounts of product back. And in fact, we were at QVC, and we still are here at HSN, the lowest return rate products by far. So what I'm proud of is the products work. You could read the reviews to understand that. And if a product didn't work, if it didn't get good reviews, the only thing I would do, I'd make it disappear. We either fix it so it satisfies you, or we stop making it.
Yeah, I mean, it is at the heart and soul of everything Andrew does, and that's why I say this every time whenever I'm here with Andrew. There is I don't know, maybe an air of confidence when I get to talk about these things with him because of you, because the reality and the facts are the facts. They're all amazing. They're all the best you can buy. Nothing is kind of substandard, subpar, simply the best vitamins in the world, and that's why we're excited.
And it's kind of fun for me too, with this product especially. I appreciate that everyone came to my defense. That was very, very nice. We had multiple calls at the company, at ProCaps, and saying that someone was saying bad things about me and bad things about our product. So I appreciate that, and I'm capable of taking care of myself, but I really appreciate that everybody was coming out and supporting me. That was very nice.
Well, I'm glad
you feel
that
good.
Andrew addressed the elephant in the room, because the reality is we were talking about it backstage. It was a thing.
No, there's no reason that anyone, I mean, if they think this is a great product and they see how popular it is and they're on another network, they're free to try to make their best version of that product. I applaud them validating the fact that we make a product that's a very good product. There's no reason to disparage someone.
Right.
There's no reason to disparage the product.
Right.
And that's the same thing. In fact, when I talk about Centrum or One A Day, I wonder why they still put artificial colors in their products. As far as their products, they're, as I've said, they're better than nothing, but I objectively go through the levels in their products, and I objectively talk about artificial colors that most consumers, I think if you look at food stores like Whole Foods and a few others, they refuse to sell products that have artificial colors. Right. So it's one thing to sort of give a critical assessment of something based upon sort of an objective characteristic. It's another thing to sort of personally attack something.
Well, we'll say this, as we said at the beginning, imitation is the best, or almost sincerest form of flattery, and that's what people are trying to do because they know that Andrew makes the best. Well,
that's our goal. And there are, I mean, we are not the only company in the world that makes quality supplements. For a long time, we were the only company that aspired in certain categories like CoQ10 or omega-3s or things like that. But when it comes to vitamins, most companies, they don't make any of their products. Right. So even if they have the intention of creating something special, they're relying on a third-party manufacturer, a contract manufacturer, to do it. And kind of that's the rub. That's where things sort of disconnect when someone else is trying to do the work for you. As you know, it's sort of when it comes to home cooking, the special ways you do things, only you do those things. It's very hard to find someone else who's going to give the same attention to detail. And when I originally started my company, I had no intention of making products. I had every intention of designing amazing products. Right. But what I quickly found out, I could design amazing products, but no one could make amazing products. So then I was forced to have to, and it was very, very difficult. I was forced to make the products myself. And initially, for the first, say, 7 or 8 years, maybe longer, that my company existed, anyone who was getting my products, I was making them. I made every single product. I made the capsules. I put the capsules in the bottle. So until, say, about 30 years ago, every product at my company was made by me.
You talk about something that we feature, certainly on the Monday night show, American Dreams. Andrew is the embodiment of an American dream.
It's been a long time, so it seems like it was yesterday, but it's hard to believe that it was now 39 years ago that I put vitamins in my first bottle of products. So it's pretty wild. And would it be fair to say, I mean, knowing you like I do, that today your drive and passion for it is the same, if not more than it was even 39 years ago? Definitely not the same. I'm more excited, more impassioned, and I say this all the time, I'm having more fun doing my job than I've ever had it, that I see greater opportunity to provide products that make a profound difference in people's lives than ever before. Just even to think now that we've figured out how to do pet vitamins, how to do children's vitamins, because we were not going to make tablets. I couldn't do things that added more additives. So I'd rather not make a product than make a product that was like everyone else's.
It's a wholesome message, there's no doubt. Just real quick, and then we're going to go to the phones. A quick introduction on glucosamine, because this is another big one for a lot of us. Healthier joints, better flexibility, a great item.
It's another product that when we first introduced this, one of my first product was a glucosamine product back in 1979. Wow. So we've known about glucosamine, or I've known about glucosamine for a long time. One of the unfortunate things is as an ingredient becomes more and more popular, and as the public decides to adopt this ingredient and adopt its benefits, the unfortunate thing that happens is that all of a sudden people start taking shortcuts. Right. So all of a sudden it's not good enough to follow the research and make a glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate product. People have to start using glucosamine hydrochloride. Doesn't have the science, doesn't have the benefits, but it's basically about half as expensive. So all of a sudden, it looks like someone's selling a really affordable bottle of glucosamine. But you have to read the fine print on the back to realize it's not glucosamine sulfate, it's glucosamine HCl. Or they do a blend, and it will say glucosamine HCl and sulfate, and it's 99% HCl and only 1% sulfate. So this is one of those products that, what is the Latin thing, caveat emptor? Buyer beware, that you have to become good at reading labels, that there still are glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate products you could find that have the proper forms. Unfortunately, most chondroitin is the sodium salt of chondroitin. For those of us who are watching our sodium levels, you don't want extra sodium coming from your supplement because it's typically not declared on the label. We use the calcium and potassium salts, so the calcium chondroitin sulfate and potassium glucosamine sulfate. So you get electrolytes, minerals that are desirable, and you're not getting additional sodium. So there's more than meets the eye with the typical glucosamine chondroitin supplement. And again, typical in the reviews on our product, that you'll, and this is a lot of the questions are asked that I take other people's glucosamine, it doesn't work, why will yours work? Ours will work because it's the form that follows the science. Theirs didn't work because it wasn't the proper form. Typically also glucosamine chondroitin are in tablets, hard to tolerate, hard to swallow, don't necessarily fully dissolve, aren't necessarily delivering their ingredients fully available. So we, again, ultrafine powder in a capsule delivers everything you need, everything you want without stomach upset or any problems at all.
And don't forget, we have that special pricing through till midnight tonight. Let's head over this way. Andrew, turmeric, just before we speak to, I think it's Juanita who's going to be on the phone. Why your turmeric? Lots of people love the idea of turmeric. What can it do for us?
Turmeric, for the same reason, our turmeric for the same reason since we introduced turmeric over a decade ago. Turmeric is something that everyone's recently discovered, but turmeric was something I was aware of for a long time. In fact, we had traces of turmeric in our products as many as 20 years ago. The reason why I didn't do a standalone separate turmeric product was I wasn't ready to do it until we figured out how to overcome the absorption problem. That was the problem with turmeric.
Right.
I wasn't confident in turmeric until we figured out how to overcome absorption. In food, we overcome absorption issues by complexing it, cooking it with fat. But also in food, the turmeric is only about 1% curcuminoids. Curcuminoids are what makes turmeric beneficial. There's a broad class of compounds in turmeric that are beneficial. We talk in terms of standardization for those curcuminoids. Unfortunately, typical spices are 1 to 3%. Our turmeric in this product is 95%, but we complex it with fat, phosphatidylcholine, to ensure its absorption. If you're not ensuring its absorption, unfortunately, turmeric is not going to be delivering its benefits.
So the idea of being more soothing, detoxifying, there's so many reasons why folks love the turmeric. We'd love to send you a bottle of Andrew so you can start to feel the benefits. We're going to go to the phones though and say good evening to Juanita in South Carolina. Juanita, welcome to the Monday Night Show. You're live with Adam, and say hi to Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. How are you doing this evening?
I'm great, Juanita. How are you?
I am doing just fine, sir,
Great.
and I thoroughly love your products.
Thank you. Thanks. Great.
And Andrew, tonight I have a question about
Sure.
astaxanthin. You spoke about it with the Ultimate Eye products
Right.
for this past weekend on today's special.
Right.
And I use the Ultimate Eye Support, and I have been waiting for today's special to get the 720 caps.
Right.
And I purchased the bundle.
Right.
And I read the reviews on HSN,
Right.
and I Googled the product to get more information.
Right.
And I'm used to trusting the education that you give with your products.
Right.
And I would like to have more information about the benefits of astaxanthin.
And Juanita, by the way, and I was thinking about this today after having done the Today Special the day before on Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin, thinking, you know, I didn't talk enough about astaxanthin on its own. So thanks for reminding me. And what astaxanthin is. Astaxanthin is a carotenoid like lutein and like zeaxanthin. It shares a very common structure. It's really not available from our diet because it's typically found in wild salmon, which is very difficult to find and very expensive most of the year. Astaxanthin is the pigment that makes flamingos pink, or when we see that pinkish orange color on lobster or crab, that's astaxanthin. Astaxanthin, the bulk of the research on astaxanthin has to do with visual accommodation. And even when you read the reviews on astaxanthin, what it talks about a lot is fatigue. eye fatigue. So I'm someone who spends way too much time looking at my computer. So astaxanthin is something for me that I feel has made a difference in the way my eyes accommodate that working close for hours at a time and then being able to refocus on things that are further away. I think in terms of eye fatigue or just eye strain that I typically had, I feel that astaxanthin has made a difference in the way I experience those things after doing too much work in front of a computer monitor or spending too much time looking on a smartphone. So that's where we see most of the science and research, a lot of the research out of Asia in terms of video display terminal usage. So if you're someone who spends a lot of time reading electronic devices, reading books, doing a lot of close work, then astaxanthin is great for that kind of eye fatigue, or what they call the accommodation, that our eyes have to accommodate the work we give it. And when we're doing a lot of close work and then we expect our eyes to work fine from far away as well, that's a lot of accommodation work that astaxanthin, also lutein and zeaxanthin, but astaxanthin has been shown to be particularly effective at. So I'm not sure if do you do work that requires you spend a lot of time in front of a computer or things like that?
Yes, I do.
Well, then astaxanthin is probably going to be something that works well for you. What were you hoping that astaxanthin would provide in addition to the Ultimate Eye?
Well, just more benefits.
Okay.
I love the benefits that I've gotten from the Ultimate Eye. It's like, I feel like a stalker looking for you to be selling it at the today's special price.
Right.
And so I was hoping that with the astaxanthin, with the great improvements that I have received already, that the astaxanthin would give me even more. And so that's basically what it is. I just wanted to understand more about the product itself and how it would affect my eyes above the benefits that I've already received from the Ultimate Eye.
Well, I think if you're like me and like so many others, having read the reviews, I think you will. That Ultimate Eye is